Hi there, it's Krista here for the weekly reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to do a little bit of a different spread this week again. Instead of doing a 5-card spread, I'll be doing a 3-card spread using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and I'll use the back of the deck card for an overall energy for the week. And like before, we'll be drawing a card from both the Healing with the Angels Oracle and the Medicine Card Tarot deck for some additional messages, Aries. So to learn more about me or my book or how to get a hold of me, that's in the description box below. Details about the cards I use are there as well, including a link to a site called Always Astrology. If you don't already know your moon and rising sign, Aries, you can log your information into that website and it'll tell you. And if you want additional guidance throughout the week and you find that this is resonating with you, whether or not it's resonating with you, you just want more guidance and information, you can certainly look at the moon or rising sign for your chart for the week, and hopefully that helps as well. So I will begin by shuffling. And for my dear Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I wish all success, joy, and wellness. I invoke spirits of love, light, and beauty. I call upon archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace and clarity, protection, and wisdom. I ask Mother Gaia to please bless this reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we're just looking for one more card here, Aries, and then we'll look at the bottom of the deck for overall energy. So far, we're looking at your central position being a change in the wind. And to the left of you, which is clarifying why there's a change in the wind this week for you. Sorry, by the way, this is for April 23rd to the 29th. And then we'll look at some additional messages for the central position here. Nice. All right, wow, you've got a busy week. So Aries, at the bottom of the deck for your general energy for the week is clean it up. This could just simply be spring cleaning for you, but it could be applied in emotional, mental, or psychological ways as well, where you're ready to rid yourself of something that you see as either holding you back or completely useless to you. And perhaps this is new to you with regard to, well, I hadn't seen what the problem was or what I had to clean up before. You might even be giving others advice about what they need to do to improve their lives and be taking your own advice. So you might come to this conclusion after helping someone else, or someone might have had to point this out to you for you to figure it out for yourself. But the main message here is that you are making the decision this week that there is something to be taken care of and you're going to get to the bottom of it once and for all. So that's a nice feeling, Aries, to get to the bottom of something, to get rid of something that's not working for you anymore. Maybe I'll just put that up a little bit over here. So I'm going to look at some key words, actually, for a change in the wind. I don't get this card a lot. And some of the key words for number 12. Wow, can I find this? Here we go. Unseen change has been initiated. Preparedness for a storm. Uncertainty about which direction. So again, let's look at this a little bit more detail here, Aries. You could be maybe fighting with yourself this week about, like I said, the general energy being cleaned up. You could be not really at the point where you understand what needs to be cleaned up. You know that there's a problem, there's something that you're not being able to put your finger on. And again, by problem, it doesn't mean like this overarching, life-altering, terror. It just means that there's something that's gnawing at you, or you can't seem to get out of your head, or that you'd like to be rid of or free from. That's going to present itself in a sense of maybe you may feel like mocked by it, or that you're really self-conscious about, that you'd like to get rid of. And it could simply be a sense of caring what other people think about your next move, or how you interpret things in your life and how you go about living your life. You may feel the need to make no apologies this week, Aries. However, something is irritating in the sense that you can't put your finger on it, but you know that something needs to shift. So you're feeling there's a lot of activity, there's a lot of swirling. So let's look at some of the imagery in the card. For example, is a zebra, so we're looking at the wild, this wildness. There's a little tiny fairy in this house, and the wind is blowing really strongly, so all these leaves are blowing by. And there's a moon at top, so you might be feeling a bit mystified about where to go next, and feeling like, you know, you're in the middle of something, you're in the middle of nowhere, you're in the middle of the wild, or this is driving you wild, and you just want some peace about it. Maybe you just need some rest. Maybe you need to let go of trying to fix something or put your finger on it, and not give yourself such a hard time. And again, this could be about something that you are experiencing when it comes to someone else. So if this isn't happening personally in your life or in your worldview or mind frame, Aries, you could be met with this through another person or helping someone else through something. But this is sort of a swirling, swelling energy around you, whether or not you're producing this or not. And you could be exposed to this energy, certainly, but it's still having a huge impact on you. Lots of energy, lots of movement here in your central position. And I know Aries, being a fire sign, being a passionate movement fire sign that is about action, this isn't necessarily, at least in the central position here, isn't necessarily something that you're going to take physical action in the material world about right now. These are really sincere concepts and ideas, plans, conversations, just thoughts in general. You could be blown away by new information or by what someone else says or brings to you, or you might be blowing someone else away. I think the key word here is, as the book stated, is unforeseen. This is something that I don't think that you saw creeping up as a problem or an issue or something to even contemplate, frankly. So this might be a new territory for you, Aries. So let's look at some of the qualifiers to the unforeseen change in the wind, and that is observer. So we're looking at this gorgeous little fox looking out through a telescope to the moon. It's got a really hazy, sort of dusty color to it, and this is something that you, during this time of contemplation, are trying to figure. Again, there is a franticness here, but it's not in the material world. This is something that's sort of swirling around in your mental space. You may feel that it's really hazy, again, like you can't put your finger on it, you can't place it. You'd like to get to the bottom of it, and you might be giving yourself a hard time about it. And I'm just going to add again to let that feeling go, perhaps. The clean it up being the overall energy of the card. You could be feeling, again, that you have to, for some reason, get to the bottom of it, or you have to figure it out, or be clear, or be able to put your finger on it. But because this is a weekly reading, I'm going to suggest that for the coming week, perhaps if those types of feelings are gnawing at you, or you're feeling insecure about something or a next move, or even about a feeling, to perhaps spend a little bit more time behaving objectively about it. or thinking and looking at it in an objective manner versus an action-orientated manner, or even a judgment manner, where some of us have the tendency, particularly when faced with new information, or even a new feeling or a concept or idea, that we're going to judge our old self by it. We're going to judge other people who do it by it. We're going to judge what we previously thought of people who did these types of things by it. All these judgments, right, come up in it. So instead of judging this week, Aries, I'm going to ask that you take yourself out of the equation if possible. And I think it might even help put your finger on it, get to the root of what that feeling, that sort of unsettling feeling or sensation is this week. Perhaps be a little bit more objective and less judgmental about it this week, including yourself. There's whatever this is, doesn't appear as though there's a massive rush to it. It feels like you're putting the pressure on yourself to get to the bottom of it. So again, it is for the week of the 23rd to the 29th. So maybe just let this be for a couple of days and see if relaxing about it, or even looking to other people for assistance or information, or how other people deal with this. Whatever you're thinking about or going through this, I mean, this is a general spread, but however this applies in your life, maybe, I know in my life, when I'm going through something or getting to the bottom of something, I look to other people who have already been through what I've been through, or have seen what I've seen, or come out of whatever I've come out of or experienced for support and inspiration. So perhaps that's another way of looking at this quandary as well, is just to say, well, how did this person do it? Especially if you feel stuck, or that you're up against something that you haven't seen or experienced before, or that is new to you and it seems sudden, and you want to quash it because it's an irritant. Maybe just look at how other people that you already look up to have dealt with it, and I think you'll find inspiration there. So let's look at the other qualifier to the change in the wind, and that is new life. So this is something that you're willing to incorporate. Whatever you find is the irritant this week, okay? So in a general sense, whatever that is for you, that is unforeseen, it's a change in the wind, there's a lot of movement, ideas, thoughts, patterns of behavior, even belief systems, where you feel like you might be clinging to something, but you're so ready to let go, and you need to know how to do that. And this sense of non-action, being the observer, the non-judgment, is really important this week as well, Aries, in order to reach the sense of the new life that this release will bring you. So again, if this isn't directly you and from emanating from your life and your worldview, this could be someone that you are surrounded by, or someone that you're in the middle of assisting as well, where you're able to bring a new perspective to the situation by having taken a little bit of a step back, and or someone's helping you take a step back, and you're really appreciative of this. This fairy is coming, hatching out of an egg, so there's a lot of birth energy here, birth of ideas, or so the gestation's over. In other words, this is the birth of something new. So whatever it is you're ready to give up or let go of, and you're ready to look at objectively, sans judgment, in a sense where you're giving it up because it doesn't work for you, not because it doesn't want to be in your life or it doesn't belong to you. No, it does. It is in your life and it does belong to you, but this is your week, Aries, to say, I think I'm ready for something new. In the world of belief systems or ideas and concepts or alliances, however those terminologies appeal to you this week, regarding your worldview this week, Aries. So very exciting, nothing boring here. And as always, I'm really open to hearing how this plays out for you. If this resonated, let me know. If it's if it's all over the board, doesn't make sense, or if you can even say, oh, that made sense regarding this one thing in my life. Like anything you have to say about the reading, I appreciate. And if it doesn't resonate, I hope that your rising or moon sign resonates, and if not, maybe next week's will. But this is a general reading, so please take the messages and apply them to your current situation, Aries, and I hope it helps you. Just a great deal of energy. It's not very often I see this much energy in one reading. Like emerging, actual change, actual shifting, playing the part of the observer so that you're better able to make long-term decisions that benefit you, and being willing to give up what doesn't work for you only by identifying what doesn't work for you. So there's a few steps to this process, Aries, but I think that you're getting to the bottom of it. I think you're really ready and willing this week to get to the bottom of it. So congratulations. That's a remarkable feeling. So the message from the Medicine Tarot deck is Grouse. This is the card of the Sacred Spiral. So this could be a very large issue for you, a very about the human condition, or about whatever you're thinking about or talking about or doing this week. It could mean something on a grand scale for you. So that could be the human family in general, or your own family, or it could shift your own worldview so greatly that everything around you changes. Everything's affected in a really highly evolved and spiritual manner. So again, no small beings this week. I feel like there's a lot of energy, a lot of movement in the realm of thought and ideas and feelings even. Yeah, just basically anything that's intangible this week is really shifting quickly, and perhaps even out of your comfort zone. So try to have patience with yourself this week, Aries, while you take care of this for yourself. We'll look for an additional message to the reading this week from the Healing with the Angels Oracle for Aries for the week of April 23rd to the 29th. Additional messages for Aries. There you go. Cool. All right, trust. My instinct is to say first and foremost regarding this reading for you this week, Aries, is that you need to trust yourself. This is a very intimate reading for you. This is something I feel very strongly. This is not being brought into your world by someone else, and not something that you're dealing with, helping someone else clean it up, find what they need, not judgment. This is really all about you. And I really feel that the Healing with the Angels Oracle deck is saying very strongly here to trust in yourself, and that you have what you need to move forward, and that you know what is right for you, and you know what the right time is for you to do it. So have patience with yourself that you will get there, and that this struggle, whatever it is for you, will benefit you. This is a non-harmful struggle, okay? This isn't going to cause harm, but it will cause change. And it could even, a change in consciousness is a type of magic, and I'm asking that you not be afraid of that type of power. Emotional and intellectual and psychological power this week. Trust in your goodness, and trust in the way that you manage to come out of everything stronger for what you have been through. So trust yourself and trust in the goodness of others, but rely on yourself. You know what's best for you. This is also in the traditional tarot. It's the sister card to Temperance. So this is just something, balance your emotions and balance your time. Please don't feel in a hurry this week to figure this out. So Aries, I am excited for you. I hope the week looks beautiful for you, and that you have a calm and relaxing week. Please know that you are loved and blessed, and I appreciate you watching so much. I look forward to seeing you for your next weekly reading at the end of the month. Take care until then, Aries. Bye.